Alright everybody, welcome back to our free-to-play series. Right now we are in episode 2, and as you can see here, we have unlocked the arena. So the arena, guys, anytime you have a PvP content, this is always going to be, pay to win. So I don't want people to get discouraged if you don't progress very far in this area of the game. It is what it is, but I will hopefully be able to show you some nice free-to-play options that can get you fairly far. So right now, it looks like on these lower stages, you're playing against a computer, of sorts. So on these lower stages, this is probably pretty good. So we'll just get through here. This person has some kind of invincible up where they can't die, but once their turn's over, we'll be able to progress. So yeah, right now, what we've done is we've gotten to stage 3.5, and that has unlocked the arena. So one of the benefits of unlocking arena, for sure, is those little tokens that you saw. The arena exchange in the market can get you some pretty nice rewards. Let's talk about that real quick, and then we'll jump back into the glory path. So if you see here, now your exchange shop, your arena shop is open. So you have some really strong characters in here. What this game does is it gives you these matrices. Now, the matrices in the market are actually really cool. I think they're good value. There are other ways to get matrices, and I don't think it's a very good system, but I won't touch on that right now. In regards to the arena shop, okay, there are a couple things that you really want to look for in here. The first one is this Hierarchy Soul Arcana. This is one of the most valuable items in the entire game. It allows you to ascend people for free. Now, what Ascension is it's a way to use your additional copies of heroes, okay? So let's say I have a Zachary here. If I were to pull another copy of Zachary, you can't use two Zacharys in a team. So what they've done is they've implemented this Ascend option. So if you have another Zachary, you can come in here and kind of like fuse him together and give him 15% base attack onto your Zachary. Very strong, okay? So getting additional copies of heroes is really cool, but hard. And obviously, the higher rarity of your hero, aka legendaries, which are the highest rarity you can come across, are even more rare because there are a lot of legendary heroes in the game. So being able to use a wild card per se, where this can be used to ascend any legendary hero that is fire, water, or wood, is extremely valuable. Now, 2,000 of these tokens is hard to get, and you can only get one per arena reset, which it shows up here. So every 60 days, the season ends, and then you will be able to buy another one of these Hierarchy Soul Arcanas. So you definitely want to have enough tokens to try and get one of these. These should be your highest priority for sure. After that, I think meal coupons are really valuable in this game to farm up your gear. This is how you replenish your energy. This is a nice thing to spend some money on. Sorry, not money, your currency, your arena currency on. And then these Abaddon matrices, this is a legendary dark hero. This hero is a boss specialist, and he is used all throughout the game in events, in a different game mode that we haven't gotten to yet, but we'll talk about that soon. I think he is your second priority. On my main account, I did not prioritize this hero, and I regret it to this day. So on this free-to-play account, I think what I'm going to do is, like I said, prioritize this Hierarchy Soul Arcana and then go after Abaddon. I think other people should follow this, but if you don't want to, I will say that Windstrex is a very strong epic character, And the fact that you can get one of them already with just 1,000 of these arena tokens is very strong. And here, if you notice, they have a second one. This is to allow her to be ascended, which is, again, very strong. So she is also very valuable. I would caution you to avoid the gear that is in here. Sometimes it's good, but just for the cost, it's probably not worth it. And anytime you see the possibility to get crystals, I know it's going to be hard to not spend currency on that, but I promise that I think in the end you will not regret definitely prioritizing this Soul Arcana and then Abaddon. But again, it's your account, you do what you want, okay? So the other thing that has opened up is this hero essence. We will get to this later when we're talking about, you know, getting these items that allow you to upgrade your heroes, but that's going to come at a later date. So since we unlocked the arena, we're able to progress in our challenge down here. So now adventure, we just need to finish stage 3-8. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to progress on, finish stage 8, and then we will come back. All right, so now with 3-8 done, it looks like we've unlocked hard mode. So with hard mode, I think what you want to do is just keep progressing through normal adventure here, okay? I don't think you need to do something by jumping up to hard mode or anything like that. Even though the game is directing you to go there, maybe you just try this first stage or whatever. But once you've cleared that, then what you should do is just go back to normal adventure. That's what I would recommend. Clear as far as you can there, and then once you get stuck, try and come back and beat hard, at least to a point that you can get to. So what's going to happen? Oh, actually, this is a good time to talk about glyphs. We'll come back to the hard discussion. So it's nice that the game guides you here. This is something that you should definitely pay attention to. Okay, so it's telling us to tap the glyphs. We can click on the glyph and activate it. And what that glyph did was it gave us 120 health in raw stats. As you see here, there's a bunch of different glyphs. This one gives you attack 20, and then this one gives you additional health as well. So if you want to find out how to get glyphs, if you click on the glyph, if it's not highlighted like the ones you saw here, you'll see that they start in hard mode. So getting to hard in mythic mode is really important, because that's going to allow you to farm these glyphs, which make your character a lot stronger. It gives them just raw stats, which is really cool. So I'm glad that they went over that. Okay. So as you'll see here as well, where we're at in the game, so we've upgraded Zachary up to level 30. We've also upgraded Connor to level 20. Now we're going to upgrade Baron, which is one of the heroes that we pulled on the last video. When you're promoting your heroes, you see here level 20 is the cap for this hero, but they have this promote option. What this does is every time you promote using Jelly and this stuff called Divine Essence, you will then get 10 additional levels. So the max level that you can actually get is 70, but from level 20 up to 60 is going to use Hero Essence, and then we'll get to a later part, in further episodes, where it's going to show how to get from level 60 to 70. But what we're going to do is we're also going to promote Baron, because she is a very strong hero. So we're going to upgrade her. And now you see, once you use those essence, you're actually able to go up to level 30. So we're going to use as much Jelly as we can here to make her as strong as possible, because each level you get, she just increases her attack. So while we're here, let's just talk about some heroes, and then we'll finish out the video, okay? So whenever you're looking at your heroes, they have a couple different things that distinguish them from other heroes. The first one is their trait, right? So each hero has something unique about them, right? Connor, his attack is increased by 10. Zachary has this really cool trait where whenever an enemy dies, he launches a bonus attack to deal damage. So really, really strong effect there. So you have traits, and then you have abilities as well. So Baron has a basic ability where she deals 80 damage to people and then grants herself a buff. She has an ultimate ability, and you'll see these cooldowns here. So the basic ability will never have a cooldown. You can use it whenever. The ultimate ability has a 6-turn cooldown, but you are able to reduce this, as you see here, if you upgrade this. Now, this is through this ability tab, which has not been unlocked yet. We'll get to that in later free-to-play episodes. But you can go through these characters and look at their individual skill sets, and some of it's intuitive. You can tell if someone's very strong, and then others, I think, will surprise people. They might not look really good on paper, but they're definitely stronger than what they look. The one thing I do want to mention is some heroes have passive abilities, which actually isn't a skill. It's something that happens within the game once a condition is met. So here, Baron has something that says attacks will launch a bonus special ability strike if 4 or more enemies are alive whenever she attacks. So if she attacks and there's 4 or more enemies, she'll actually launch a bonus attack with her passive, and that can only be triggered once per round. So it's kind of like a 1-round cooldown. But not every hero has this. So Connor, you see, has an ultimate ability and a basic ability just like Baron, but he also has a special ability. So this is an active skill that he can choose to use. You'll see here that he also adds buffs, which is something that Baron did on her basic ability. These things in blue are buffs. They make your hero stronger. You don't need any kind of criteria to activate these things other than having your heroes have it in their skill kit. So Connor applies shield and attack to all team members. This is a really strong support character early on, which is cool. And then you have heroes like Evelyn, who actually have something called debuffs. So if you go to her abilities, you'll see here in red, they show debuffs. So her debuff that she can apply is defense down, which reduces the enemy's defense by 30%, which is very strong. But whenever it comes to debuffs, you do need a certain criteria in order to put these up. And from that statistic, that is focus. So you need focus to land these. Early on in the game, the opposing enemies don't have something called resistance, which is the calculation between focus and resistance to see if those debuffs will land. But as you progress further in the game, you will need focus on some of your gear in order to land those debuffs. So just a little segue from our heroes. Okay, so we talked about hero essence, right? Hero essence was these little green things in order to level up our characters from 20 to 30. We talked a little bit about glyphs and how to, add additional stats on your heroes. A lot of them unlock on hard and up. So the further you progress in the game, the more you can glyph your heroes and go from there. So last but not least, it looks like they talk about this recall system. I will say this is something that a lot of players nowadays in the end game really want additional of. I'll tell you right now that this hero recall, as they say, is a rare opportunity, is 100% true. What this does is if you've invested certain resources into your hero, you can recall them, get all of those resources back if you've ended up regretting it. I will say that you definitely want to save these. Do not waste this. This is such a huge resource. Don't use this, okay? Please don't. And that's about it. As I said, we're progressing on. We're level 6. We've just unlocked hard mode, and we've discussed some of the other functions in the game. So I hope episode 2 helped. Stay tuned for episode 3. Catch you on the next one. See ya.